So what I realized is you want to talk to lots of girls. Girls need to think that you're attractive to other girls, but here's the deal. They can't think that you're hooking up with all those girls. Now, occasionally hooking up with all those girls will work for you, but the best creme de la creme, perfect amount of salt and sugar into your pie is where you're talking to lots of girls, getting those girls attracted to you, but not touching them. Not obviously taking their phone number, and God forbid, boys, not making out with them in front of all the other girls.
The Unapologetic Man Podcast.
So this goes to my fifth and final point. When I was a bouncer, I learned very quickly. I actually learned this quickly in Arizona. But do not hook up with other girls in front of other girls. That means do not kiss them. Do not even touch them. Do not express too much interest. Do not show too much interest. You can express interest with your language, but what I always did, especially when I was a bouncer, I wouldn't touch them. I would not fucking touch them because I have been yelled at by many different girls just for touching a girl's hand, maybe holding her hand a little bit. Oh my hell. One time I made out with this girl on stage. Remember I told you about that place where I stand and I can see everybody? I made out with her. She was so banging, bro. And she came up to me and we're like flirting. It was just on. And I'm like, fuck it, dude, I want to kiss this chick. So I'm making out with her. And then at the end of the night, I'm like getting people out. I'm like, go on, get, right? Because I'm like the cowboy getting people out of my bar. Go on now, get. And these three girls come up to me and they're like, you fucking asshole. We liked you. We thought you were higher quality. We saw you making out with that girl. You're a piece of shit. What does your mom think of you? And I was like, actually, I'm probably going to text my mom right now because she's damn proud of me, right? And I made a joke out of it. But what I realized is that girls get peanut butter and jealous. They get butthurt. They hyperextend their vaginas. So what I realized is you want to talk to lots of girls. Girls need to think that you're attractive to other girls, but here's the deal. They can't think that you're hooking up with all those girls. Now, occasionally hooking up with all those girls will work for you, but the best creme de la creme, perfect amount of salt and sugar into your pie is where you're talking to lots of girls, getting those girls attracted to you, but not touching them. Not obviously taking their phone number, and God forbid, boys, not making out with them in front of all the other girls. Then what you do is you tell each girl that she's different than the other girls. So you say, you know, Sarah, as I'm talking to you, you're really different than a lot of the girls I talk to in here. You just seem more sophisticated. You don't really seem like a bar girl. You seem like you have your shit together. Is that right? And then she's like, oh yeah, of course that's right. All these other bitches are sluts and whores, and those girls, I'm better than they are. And then I go and say the exact same thing to the other girls. And every single girl thinks she's number one in my book, which does what? It makes her think, yeah, Mark talks to lots of girls, but he's not touching them. He's not getting their phone number. He's not kissing them. And he said he likes me the best, so he likes me the best. Then what I do is when I'm not working, text them. So I'd be yanking phone numbers, and I used to have this corner of the bar that was dark. That I'd be like, hey, Amy, come over here. And then I'd hand her my phone and be like, put your phone number in it. I never do this, but you're super cool. You're different from all these girls, so put your phone number in it. Then I'd have all these phone numbers of the highest quality chicks. I wouldn't yank the phone numbers of girls I didn't want because that's blown up in my face too. And then I'd text them when I'm not at work. Why wouldn't I yank phone numbers of girls I didn't want? Because when you don't text them, they get pissed. And this is what I call the Tempe Turnaround. When I wouldn't text a girl, she'd come up to me, be like, you didn't text me. And I'd be like, yeah, I did. I texted you like 10 times. You didn't reply. I was on the corner of my bed in the cannonball position crying like a schoolgirl for 2 weeks, Kelly, because you didn't text me back. She's like, no, you did? I didn't see it. Are you sure? Like, oh yeah, I totally did. Anyway, I got to get going, and you walk away. But dude, what being a bouncer taught me is if you're in a high value position, on top of which you can spit game, and you have other girls into you to which you're talking to but not touching, not obviously hooking up with, it is a goddamn pussy avalanche. And I hate to use that seemingly feminine deprecating term. And of course, I love women. I absolutely cherish them. I think they're the most beautiful beings on the earth. But I'm trying to get across to you how it works. Guys come into my program. They have nothing. Then they get like a little bit here, a little bit there, and then something clicks. Just the way you talk to girls, the way you behave, the NLP, removing and replacing belief systems, all this stuff happens where it just clicks, and then it's a pussy avalanche. So for those of you guys listening, obviously the vast majority of you aren't going to be able to go be a bouncer. But what I want to suggest is put yourself in a situation where you're able to talk to a continuously updating stream of hot girls. And when I was sending out my intention to the universe before the universe brought me this bouncer position, my intention was I want to meet a stream of continuous hot girls who are super sexy and super into me and who will get lost once I have sex with them and I don't want to see them anymore. And that's what the bar was, dude. Once I banged out a girl and I kind of like said, hey, I don't really feel like we're a good fit for one another, she would just stop coming to the bar. And then there would be new girls that came through. And it was just a freaking pussy avalanche. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. To watch the full podcast episode, click here. And before you go, if you're feeling extra generous, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me in the algorithm. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Unapologetic Army.